Hello and welcome to the Bellringer demonstration video for the principle of emphasis. Emphasis means the area in a piece of art that stands out the most to you. It's something that you notice right away, and there's lots of ways that you can make something stand out or be the part that has emphasis. Now, these are some great examples of emphasis in artwork, and for this first one, you can see it's called Christina's World, and she is just all the way down here at the bottom, and that separation from the rest of the space in the artwork here shows that this is the emphasis. This is what the artist wants you to look at because it's an isolated part of the piece. Then in the example by René Magritte, the Son of Man, he's got this apple that's right in front of his face, and it's hard to tell in this black and white image, but this is actually it's a colorful painting. Mostly it's kind of like dull colors all the way around with like a dull colored suit, kind of a cloudy overcast day, but then the apple that's in front of this man's face is bright yellow green. So it's a contrast with color that helps that to be the main part that you look at. Now for our practice today, we are going to go through, and the instructions say, copy one example of each method into the labeled areas below. So we are going to practice using size, shape, placement, isolation, value, and direction to help us practice ways that you can do this in your own artwork. Now for size, what you can do, and we're going to have like a collection of items, and you can copy any of the ones that you see in this first section. We've got 6 sections. So you can look at this example and copy any of them. I am going to copy the triangle one where it's got like triangles, 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 they're all the same size, and then all of a sudden we've got this like gigantic triangle. So that is what I'm going to copy for my size one, but you can choose any of those examples there. We're going to go through and fill it in so that you can really see that part that we want it to have the emphasis. So we notice this one first because of the size and the difference between the rest. Next, we have shape, and we can have this help us to show what's standing out by creating differences. So again, we've got like a circle and then a triangle and then a circle. So the triangle is the only one here because the rest are circles, and we could even like fill in more circles if we wanted. And that makes this part stand out because it's the only different shape, right? Next, we're going to look at placement, and you can draw, like I said, any of these examples, but I'm going to copy this one right here where it's got like a row of circles, circle, 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 and then all of a sudden there's this one over here, out of line. So we're going to go through and fill those in. All right. Now our next one is isolation, and that is going to show that similar to Christina's World, one part is kind of left out from the group. So we are going to look at this section right here, and again, you can draw any of these examples. I am going to copy the top flower-shaped circle cluster. We've got all of these circles together, and they're all hanging out, they're all buddies, except for this one. Aw. Hi, friend. I feel sad for this little guy. It's okay. Now, over here, we are continuing into value. So you can take a look at this example here. And we've got like this one right here with all of these boxes, and they're all empty except for one. And it's just like slightly filled in. And that's the one that you would notice first. Then we've got direction, and you can use your direction to help you create emphasis. So if we've got all of these circles leading right across here and then right across here, the direction helps us show that the emphasis is like right in the center here. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hello, and welcome to today's emphasis practice. Our instructions say, using texture and color, create emphasis on one leaf. Color all leaves, but make one stand out. Now I am going to do this in a very simple way. I'm going to choose my contrast color. I'm going to fill in my contrast leaf first. So the one that's going to stand out is going to be solid and filled in very heavily. Now for the rest, I am going to go through and I'm going to add line patterns to one. Maybe I'll add scribble texture to another. Maybe I'll add polka dots to another, and I'm using only the blue color to just go through and add pattern and detail so that we can see how that one leaf stands out. I'll give you some time to work on yours. Hello and welcome to our final emphasis practice. Today's instructions say, create a composition in the space provided below that shows emphasis. Pick one butterfly to be your emphasis and fill the space with at least 4 more butterflies. You can use some of the methods on the right to help you create emphasis. Now, I might just draw my first butterfly that I want to have the main emphasis. So here is a circle and then just kind of a longer body. And then I'm going to add halfway lines. So you can copy along with if you like. I'm going to add the start lines for the wings, and they should be all leading back. Now I'm going to come in and curve that out. And then I'm going to add the wing coming up and rounding out and then dipping into the middle part here. So here's our little butterfly, and let's go in and add a couple more. So I'm gonna have one cluster of other butterflies over here, and I'm gonna just have them flying together, and I'm just gonna kind of have a couple off to the side, and then maybe I'll have the horizon line right here, and maybe I'll have some directional lines kind of showing the swirl in the sky. I don't know. And now I might even go through and color in some of the spaces to make either all these cohesive or this one stand out. You can also look through and see if there's anything else that you can do from the techniques up at the top right corner to make your butterflies stand out for one to have emphasis. Thank you so much for watching.